the psychology and spirituality of love. Love is a decision, part 3. And happy Valentine's Day. Hopefully you're having a wonderful evening. Okay, let's get this party started.
Okay, we're back. It's Love in Review. First up, psychology, the scientific study of the mind and behavior. Decision, a conclusion or resolution reached after consideration and judgment. Spiritual, Greek word pneumatikos, relating to the human spirit or rational soul as a part of man which is akin to God and serves as his instrument or organ. Behavior, the way in which one acts or conducts oneself, especially towards others. Point of reference is what we learned last week, something that is used to judge or understand something else. The source of love is God. We learned that last week. He that loveth not knoweth not God, for God is love. 1 John 8:4. The other scripture is, God showed how much he loved us by sending his one and only Son into the world so that we might have eternal life through him. 1 John 4:9. And the world has defined love somewhat right. But most importantly, love is not a feeling. It's an action, behavior, emotion that starts in the mind. Love is not or does not come from the heart organ. And lastly, love is not ignorant. All right, let's move on.
What love is not and does not do. Oh, I'm going to remind you of this one every week. Love is patient. Love is kind. Love does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It is not rude. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no account of wrongs. Love takes no pleasure in evil, but rejoices in the truth. Love never fails. That's what verse? 1 Corinthians 13:4-6 and 8. And we must remember, love does not lie, cheat, or deceive. Love does not emotionally or psychologically abuse. And finally, love does not physically or sexually abuse. That is a crime. However, if you find yourself in one of these positions where you're being physically or sexually abused, please dial one of the numbers on the screen. All right, we're going to keep it pushing.
For those who don't know, there are actually 8 types of love, and we're going to talk about all 8, although we only have 7 on the screen right now. First up is Eros. Second is Philia. Third one is Storge. Fourth one is Agape. Fifth one is Ludus. Sixth one is Pragma. And the last one on the screen is Fiate. Fialtia. Fialtia. Oh, we'll say that one more time. Fialtia, so that we'll get it right. All right, let's move on. Okay, let's go into a little bit more detail about these types of love. First up is Eros, is a primal love that comes as a natural instinct for most people. It's a passionate love displayed through physical affection. These romantic behaviors include, but are not limited to, kissing, hugging, and holding hands. This love is a desire for another person's physical body. Now, even in describing the types of love, primarily because they are subsets of the source, which is God, there are some inconsistencies among the writers. However, for the sake of this presentation, I'll just highlight the consistent portions and pull out some other portions from some articles various different articles that I've read. The next love is Philia. It is love without romantic attraction and occurs between friends or family members. It occurs when both people share the same values and respect for each other. It's commonly referred to as brotherly love. Storge is a naturally occurring love rooted in parents and children as well as best friends. It's an infinite love built upon acceptance and deep emotional connection. This love comes easily and immediately to parent and child relationships. Agape, everybody's heard of agape. Agape is the highest level of love to offer. It's given without any expectations of receiving anything in return. Offering agape is a decision to spread love in any circumstances, including destructive situations. Agape is not a physical act. It's a feeling, but acts of self-love can elicit. Now, agape, also known as charity by Christian, agape is said to encompass the modern concept of altruism, as defined as unselfish concern for the welfare of others. Recent studies link altruism with a number of benefits. In the short term, an altruistic, meaning an unselfish act, leaves us with a euphoric feeling and so-called helper's high. In the longer term, altruism has been associated with better mental and physical health and even greater longevity. That's psychology today. This love can most easily be expressed through meditation, nature, intuition, and spirituality. And that's from ecounseling.com. The next love is ludus, is a childlike and flirtatious love commonly found in the beginning stages of a relationship, aka the honeymoon stage. Consists of teasing, playful motives, and laughter between two people, common in both the young as well as the old. Now, ludus being a playful or uncommitted love, it can involve activities such as teasing and dancing or more overt flirting and seducing. The focus is on fun and sometimes also on conquest with no strings attached. Ludus relationships are casual, undemanding, and uncomplicated, but for all that can be very long lasting. Ludus works best when both parties are mature and self-sufficient. Problems do arise when one party mistakes ludus for eros, whereas ludus is, in fact, much more compatible with philia. That's psychology today. The next one is pragma, is a unique bonded love that matures over many years. It's an everlasting love between a couple that chooses to put equal effort into their relationship. Commitment and dedication, are required to reach pragma. And the last one being Fialtia. Fialtia. That's going to be my new word. Fialtia is a healthy form of love where you recognize your self-worth. That's self-love right there. And don't ignore your personal needs. Self-love begins with acknowledging your responsibility for your well-being. We're going to keep on moving on. Now, here is the final type of love that typically does not show up on most lists. However, it is critical that we are aware of what it looks like in its behavior. It's manic or mania love, better known as obsessive love disorder, which is a real thing, although it's not a part of the DSM-5. Yeah, we're into psychology now. Okay, mania or manic love is an obsessive love towards a partner. It leads to unwanted jealousy or possessiveness, known as codependency. Most cases of obsessive love are found in couples with an imbalance of love towards each other. An imbalance of eros and ludus is the main cause of mania. With healthy levels of playful and romantic love, the harm of obsessive love can be avoided. Now, here are some of the symptoms that may be included. Possessive thoughts, low self-esteem, a need for constant contact such as repeated phone calls and messages, feelings of intense jealousy, controlling behaviors, a sense of disbelief in the relationship, spying, extreme emotional displays, hypersensitivity, ignoring loved ones' personal boundaries, seeking constant validation. Unfortunately, I've experienced someone like this, but didn't know what to call it at the time. The symptoms he demonstrated was low self-esteem, constant contact, extreme emotional displays, and ignoring personal boundaries. Now, at first, some of these behaviors were cute, and I thought it was him attempting to demonstrate his level of sincerity. I didn't realize it was toxic until I caught him staring at me at what I considered to be the strangest times, as depicted in the photo to your right. To your upper right on the screen. Eventually, I had to break it off because I started to notice other intrusive habits, especially the violation of personal space. Now, although it may have appeared to be harmless, it was exceptionally annoying. The photo on the screen is an accurate demonstration of how I started to feel. So, in the quest for love, be sure to pay very close attention to these behaviors, as they can turn into something real ugly. From the outside looking in, the average person thinks it's admirable and sweet. However, living in a situation like that is nothing nice. Unless, however, you're a narcissist. Yeah, we're going someplace else right now, but hang in there because we're almost done. Obsessive love disorder can come alongside other mental disorders commonly observed with OCD, or obsessive compulsive disorder, which is a combination of uncontrolled thoughts and compulsive behaviors. These are hard enough to disrupt your daily life. OCD can also make you need constant reassurances, which can affect your relationship. Attachment disorders. People with an insecure or active style of attachment may feel frustrated for fear of losing a loved one. Living with an attachment disorder, such as disinhibited social engagement disorder or reactive attachment disorder, may cause you to feel unable to cope without a relationship. Delusional disorders. Obsessive love disorder behaviors may go hand in hand with delusional or mental health conditions where you experience delusional behaviors of being loved by another. In most cases, the subject of your fixation is from a higher social standard or standing, such as a celebrity or well-known social media personality. And mental health conditions such as schizophrenia may present with symptoms of delusion. Because there are no rules when it comes to altered reality, these symptoms might be targeted towards your relationship. Borderline personality disorder, or BPD, relates to obsessive love disorder and has to do with the effect on mood shifts, which may have you feeling towards your relationship. With BPD, you may feel extremely happy one moment and extremely disgusted the next. And those feelings may be directed towards someone you love. PTSD doesn't have to be present for someone with a history of trauma to experience obsessive love disorder. However, sometimes the fear of abandonment, which in some cases can stem from childhood experiences, such as the loss or abandonment of a parent that past experiences cause, is enough to create signs of obsessive love disorder. Now, please note, obsessional jealousy focuses on the possibility of someone's infidelity, whereas delusional jealousy involves persistent or false convictions. It is therefore critical that you know who you are, your likes, your dislikes, your annoyances, your love language, your mental status and such, as well as monitoring your own mental stability. If at any point you feel as though you're out of control or overly thinking something that's proven to be inaccurate, consider seeking a professional therapist. In an effort to keep these videos shorter, we're going to condense everything each week. But last, we've got to talk about the link with narcissism. Experiencing obsessive love disorder means someone else is the target of your intense feelings of protectiveness and possession. Your fixation is on the other person. With narcissism, your focus is on yourself. You may crave praise from others, seek validation, or have an inflated sense of ego. If you live with narcissistic tendencies, you may be drawn to someone with traits of obsessive love disorder because they provide consistent attention. That source is Psych Central. And so next week, we're going to talk about the 5 love languages. It's going to be fun. In the meantime and in between time, remember, your mental health affects your physical and spiritual health. Let's make it a priority to have a happy, healthy, functioning mind. Talk to you later.